Bienvenidos a ExpoNórdico 2022. En su tercera versión y en esta ocasión presencial y virtual. ExpoNórdico es un evento del Instituto Nórdico, empresa que representa en Latinoamérica a más de 17 universidades de diferentes países de Europa. Saludamos desde Bogotá, Colombia, a todos los asistentes que aceptaron la invitación para conocer las excelentes oportunidades de estudio que ofrecen universidades top 100 de 4 bellos países: Dinamarca, Finlandia, Noruega y Suecia. Son países que se destacan en el mundo por sus altos niveles de calidad de vida y sus grandes aportes a la humanidad en diferentes ámbitos del conocimiento humano. ExpoNórdico es un evento global. Saludamos a los asistentes que se conectan desde Argentina, Azerbaiyán, Bangladesh, Brasil, Bolivia, Colombia, Cuba, Chile, Ecuador, Egipto, El Salvador, Francia, Ghana, Guatemala, Holanda, Honduras, Indonesia, Liberia, México, Mozambique, Nicaragua, Nigeria, Pakistán, Perú, Ruanda, Somalia, Sri Lanka, Siria, Tanzania, Túnez, Uruguay, Venezuela, Yemen y Zimbabue, y a todos los que se han ido conectando a último momento. También le damos la bienvenida a los que decidieron asistir presencialmente. Agradecemos el apoyo de las embajadas en Argentina, Bolivia, Brasil, Colombia y Guatemala, de Dinamarca, Finlandia, Noruega y Suecia. Países que son la razón de ser de ExpoNórdico. Agradecemos también a nuestro gobierno colombiano que está presente a través de sus entidades ICETEX y Colfuturo. Y nos sentimos muy orgullosos de contar con la presencia de Hanken School of Economics, Uppsala University, EIT InnoEnergy, Linnaeus University, University West, Aalto University, Jönköping University y University of Southern Denmark. Como lo han podido ver y apreciar en la agenda que hemos preparado para ustedes y que les hemos hecho llegar, hoy va a ser un día lleno de oportunidades y de grandes sorpresas, porque los países nórdicos son efectivamente sorprendentes. Nos han preguntado en qué idioma se realiza ExpoNórdico. El idioma oficial es el inglés, pero como el ámbito de acción del Instituto Nórdico, el organizador de este bello evento, es Latinoamérica, tendremos momentos en español. Sin más preámbulos, y para abrir ExpoNórdico 2022, los invito a escuchar y a cantar el himno del país anfitrión, de nuestro país, Colombia.
Bien
Bueno, le doy la bienvenida a Jörgen Sjöberg, CEO del Instituto Nórdico. Y de Jörgen, los que lo conocemos, hoy puedo atreverme a decir que es el sueco más colombiano que hay en Latinoamérica. De hecho, ya no es Jörgen, sino Jorge, porque así lo ha bautizado nuestra querida Leticia de la Universidad Jönköping de Suecia. Jörgen, bienvenido a tu gran evento. Gracias por permitirnos conocer las grandes oportunidades que nos ofrecen las universidades top 100 de los países nórdicos. Y como lo prometido es deuda, de aquí en adelante en inglés. Bienvenido, Jörgen.
Hej Cesar. Nu está. Hallå? Sí. Tack Cesar. Tack så mycket. Gracias Cesar. God morgon allesammans. Hoppas ni har haft en bra dag. Svenska är ett väldigt viktigt språk. What I was speaking is, I was speaking in Swedish, but I think it's quite an important language, don't you think? Swedish is a language we speak in Sweden, but most of the people in Sweden actually speaks English. But if you arrive to Sweden and like to study, you can speak with most people in English. And many programs, master programs, are in English actually. And that is a fact in many Nordic countries actually, that many master programs are in English. You don't need to learn actually the local language. My name is Jörgen Sjöberg. I'm the owner of Instituto Nórdico, a company that I founded back in 2007. And first I would like to say thank you to all the embassies that have shared this event on their social media, and also all the universities here in Colombia that have shared it on their social media. So you can see me here behind me is something very interesting that a lot of people would like to see if they go to study in the Nordic countries, which is called Northern Lights. And well, you can see here in Spanish, Aurora Borealis. It's something we can see in the northern parts of the Nordic countries. Very beautiful for me to see. To tell you a bit more about us, here in Colombia, we teach, actually not only in Colombia, actually globally. We got language courses taught by teachers through Zoom. We got Norwegian, we got Swedish, we got Finnish, and we also got an IELTS preparation course. Apart from that, we can certify your languages, your Swedish language through us, through an exam called Swedix. We are working at the moment with more than 27 countries. We can help you out with a visa application and also finding accommodation. If you need to do any official translations, then we got an official translator for you as well that can help you out with all the official translations. Another thing to mention here is that all our services are for free when it comes to writing a motivation letter, looking for a program, applying. All these services are for free. To tell you, well, so why should you study in Nordic countries? There are quite a few things that are quite important. And one of the most important things, I would say, is this one, the balance between life and work practice. Quite interesting, because if we look at Nordic countries, for example, in Norway, they work 32 hours. It's quite interesting. 32 hours. It's very difficult. We won't find any fun in an office on a Friday afternoon. Everybody will be there with the families, or out for a walk, or they might be skiing or something. It's quite interesting. And that's quite common in all the Nordic countries, that you work between 32 hours up to 40 hours. And the rest of the time, you will be with your family. And your boss will not give you a call during your free time. They won't, because that is not okay. Which might be a little bit different from the Latin American countries, I can imagine. Another thing here which is quite interesting, as you can see here, is about working, like how long you can stay when you have finished your program. What I'll show here is that you can stay in the country, let's see, between 6 months and up to 2 years looking for a job. And then when you find a job, and then you will be able to change your visa to a work visa. So this is the time you can stay in the country looking for a job. It's another quite interesting thing. Looking here at Finland Finland is the most happy country in the world. And then you ask, why is Finland the most happy country in the world? Well, for them, I would say in general in the Nordic countries, for us, what makes us happy is small things, like being with a family, and also to go do exercise and all the things. So we really are happy about doing things during our free time. That is for us what makes us very happy, our free time. And then another thing quite interesting, looking at Finland, has got the best education system in the world. I would say the education system in all the Nordic countries is quite good, actually, because I know here in Colombia, it's difficult to be a child, I would say, in Colombia, because it's stress from the first day at school, because you receive grades from the first year. In Sweden, for example, if I'm not wrong, while I'm studying, I received my grades from my 8th grade. I think nowadays, we receive from 6th grade. Yeah, from 6th grade. I'm not sure how it is in Finland and Norway and Denmark. I think it's quite similar, isn't it, Signe? Yeah. From which grade did you receive? When did you receive your grades? Sorry? At high school. Okay. No, it changes all the time when it comes to receiving the grades. But yeah, you don't receive from the first grade in the Nordic countries. It's quite interesting. So you're not stressed as a child. Another thing, quite interesting thing, is this one. The climate is not when it comes to climate, there's not a horrible climate. Everything's about using the right clothes. I think that's the most important thing, isn't it? So people ask us a lot, well, aren't the Swedish, like the Nordic countries, very cold countries? Well, they're not. Use the right clothes and then it's not the problem. Some other things, looking at innovation. Sweden is ranked as the second most innovative country in the world, actually. Just confused a little bit. Switzerland is on the first place. Sweden is on the second place. And I know that a lot of people are confused about Sweden and Switzerland. In Sweden, we are not good at banks. We only got banks in Sweden. And we also, I'm not sure if we produce watches, but we do a lot of other very good things in Sweden. For example, Spotify is from Sweden, among other things. The pacemaker was invented in Sweden as well, among other things. What else? Well, in Denmark, they need a lot of engineers, but it's quite common in all the Nordic countries. But in particular in Denmark, the university we work for, they need a lot of engineers. They even guarantee your work when you finish your studies, but they need a lot of engineers in all the Nordic countries. What else? Something else, yeah, looking at using a bicycle. Well, in Finland, they got bicycle routes. In Denmark, they got bicycle routes all over. You can be pretty much like go between major cities on the bicycle route. It's quite interesting. But in general, for the students in the Nordic countries, they use a bicycle a lot when it comes to commute. What else? Yeah, quite a few things here. Another interesting thing here is this one about Norway. The country with a lot of fjords and aurora borealis. Well, we went to Sweden, to Norway this summer. What an amazing country. All these fjords are amazing. Would love, go over there if you got the opportunities. Another thing, Denmark is one of the most greenest countries in the world. Finland is the country with a lot of lakes. There's a few things. You can work while you're studying in the Nordic countries. Depends a bit on the country you're studying in, but it might be like 20 hours and up that you can work. But still, it's pocket money you can get. You shouldn't rely on the money you get from a work. It's some more pocket money. Another thing, these are the universities we work with that are here with us today. You can see here Jönköping, Uppsala, and Linnaeus, and Aalto University West. Then we got here in Finland, we got Hanken, Aalto, and Haaga Helia. And in Norway, it's Norwegian Business School, and this is one of the fjords I actually got. This one is called Trolltunga, this one, which is pretty much like Trolltang. I will put the correct explanation, translation of that one. And also, as I said, we also work with a Danish university, very good in nature, university called SDU, which is by the border with Germany. Look at scholarships. Well, not everybody get a scholarship. It's a fact. I would say about 5% get this very good scholarship, you can see here. The Finland scholarship might be a little bit less. Norwegian is the same, so got some scholarships. And look at the Danish University of Southern Denmark got also quite a few scholarships, but it's not everybody get a scholarship. So what I'd like to say with this is that you need to plan your studies. You can't just rely on a scholarship. So if plan A should be like, perhaps you apply for a scholarship, you never know if you win them. Plan B, look for like financed through a government institution like Colfuturo or ICETEX here in Colombia. In other countries they got another one, like in Honduras they got Onde Futuro, in Guatemala got Guate Futuro. So look for how to finance your studies if you don't get a scholarship. It's very, very important because we will help you with everything, like motivation letter and everything. It's for free. So we would like you to be successful, but please apply for the scholarships and all these scholarships or loans from this government before deadline. Because sometimes happen that you don't think about that you might not think that you will get accepted. But yeah, have a look at apply for them on time. It's another organization we work with, which is very interesting, which is called EIT InnoEnergy, who has got master programs in renewable energy. Very, very interesting ones. You can study at 15 top universities in Europe. So 1 year at one university, and then the second one, the other one. And they also include workshops and conferences from the first day. Can you go? So they will include everything. They got a conference in Portugal. Then you go to Portugal and make industry connection from the first day you're studying. Quite interesting, isn't it? As I think that they're growing a lot. We also work with InnoEnergy. They're also here today with us today. So when it comes to applying abroad, I think the most important thing are these things. The IELTS, have a good English score, get a good IELTS score or a TOEFL score. So it comes to the IELTS, 6.5, no band score below 5.5, as you can see. And when it comes to TOEFL, it depends a little on the university. So between 82 and 92. Another thing you need to have a look at is all the pre-requirements for the programs, because you might need about 20 credits in mathematics or 10 credits in physics, but we are more than happy to help you out with these things. But it's very important to have a look at these things before you apply, because otherwise they will just reject your application, which is something we don't want. That's why we're here for you. If you want to work, to learn the local language, it's good, but in some countries perhaps you don't need the local language to be able to find a work. But it's always good to have some knowledge when it comes to the local language. In general, if they would like to integrate into society, that's where you need to learn the local language. If I would like to say for a long time, you need to learn the language. Because pretty much in Sweden, all the signs are in Swedish. Although most people speak in English, all the signs are in Swedish. So it's good to learn the local language, at least some of it, if you would like to stay for a long time. 1 second. It's not working. Something is not working with this one. I think the last slide that is missing actually is how to contact us. Let's see. Here it is. So these organizations with both those you can get a scholarship loan. So Colombia said Colfuturo, and we got in Mexico Fidere, in Panama Ifaru, in Guatemala Guate Futuro, and then in Honduras on the Futuro. But I can imagine that there are more organizations in other countries as well. But these are the ones we know. So have a look for organization where you can get a loan or a scholarship in your country. Well, looking back at other ExpoNórdico we've done, we started to do this actually during the pandemic about 2 years ago. So this is our third version. We started to do it online, and this is actually our first hybrid version. First year, well, 23 universities and 400. Oh, this was the last year we had 23 universities participating, 400 enrolled, and 34 admitted, and then last year 54 applicants, and then 14 went to study. And this year is quite interesting, as you can see here. This year we have 34 nationalities who have signed up for this hybrid event, which is quite amazing. As you could hear in the beginning, although Cesar spoke with you in Spanish, you could hear like Mozambique and Nicaragua, you could hear Yemen. Quite interesting. Got people here today which are from all these countries. So more than 1,000 people have signed up for the event today. And, well, as I said, apply for a scholarship. You never know if you get it, but please have a look at other possibilities how to finance your studies. So here's our contact information. You can find us here on Facebook, as you can see, at ExpoNórdico, our email address, and also here's our mobile number. And please contact us on WhatsApp. As you see here, +57 301 517 6511. And let's see, I think now we are heading to Finland. So I think Natalia is about to do a presentation, but I think we're first going to have a look at a presentation of Hanken. So while we're waiting a little bit, yeah, I think it's coming up. One second. So I'll tell you a bit more about perhaps Hanken and everything. Like finding a job, I think about between 70 up to 99% of the people studying abroad for us, they actually find a job, which is quite good. So quite a good possibility to find a job when I finish that. Between 70 and 99% find a job in 6 months after complete their studies. Quite interesting, isn't it? So let's see how it's going with the presentation or the video. Okay, perhaps wait a little bit. What else can I tell you? Yeah, today we got a very interesting person here with us called Sebastian. Hi, Sebastian. We're also here with Signe. We're going to tell us a bit more about how it is to study in Denmark in a while. And I remember Sebastian was quite interesting. He won the scholarship and he also found a job in Denmark, quite fast actually. What happened to Sebastian is he started to work for a restaurant, I think. And from the first day, what happened, Sebastian?
Yeah, so I have been in Denmark for a year now. For the first 6 months, I was focused mainly on just studying and getting to know the university. After the first summer, what I did was start looking for a job, and I found this summer work in a restaurant where I was able to also speak with a lot of people, learn from the culture and the food. That was a really nice summer. It was really relaxed. And after that, 1 month before the summer ended, I started working in an electronics company now. So I'm a student job there. I'm also studying, and I'm also doing my thesis with this company. So it's very fun. I'm spending maybe 3 days a week in the company and the rest in the university. And this week I took it off to come here.
Fantastic, Sebastian. It's great. We're going to speak with you more about later on today. So the video is ready? Okay, good.